Hello guys, welcome to another video. Today we are driving the Jeep Compass. This is the limited plus variant of the car, the top end variant. It costs around 21 lakhs ex showroom price wrapper. As you can see, the car looks very nice and it gives a proper SUV stance. It gets these projectors set up for the light, which is a all LED unit, and these are the fog lights which are halogen. The lights are a bit inspired from the Jeep Grand Cherokee itself. It gets the Jeep's trademark 7-slat grille, and in this the bumper is also finished in chrome. As you can see, a chrome line running through the bumper. This is the front towing hook of the vehicle. As you can see, the car is very huge in size. This is not small as the Kia Seltos. These wheels look very amazing and nice. These are 18-inch tires. The Trailhawk gets 17-inch and the lower trims get 16-inch wheels in it. At side it gets this compass badging. Jeep has done very minute touches to the car which makes it very nice. As you can see, here's a Jeep trademark. There's some serial number given over here. These are the outside rear view mirror. This also gets a chrome line running through it, and this chrome line continues all throughout the body to the next mirror. As you can see here, it also gets Jeep branding in the outside rear view mirror, and these are for to maintain the blind spot and to minimize them. It also gets body cladding running all through the vehicle to reduce the visual bulk. And these wheels look very amazing indeed. So let's come to the back of the vehicle. As you can see, the car looks very muscular. These lights get a blackened treatment in them, a LED light running through, and but the indicator and the reverse light are halogens. What is this? I don't know. It seems to be like a snake design or what. It gets a spoiler sort of treatment over here, and the roof is finished in gloss black. The bumper here is also finished as black to reduce the visual bulk. These are the reverse parking sensor. This is the reverse parking camera. Let's open the boot. The boot is quite big and practical. It also gets a partial shelf over here. These are the hooks to mount your luggage. And you get some storage space over here, also here. And this is a light at the boot. It gets a space saver tire, which is a 16-incher. So let's get to the rear seat of the car. As you can see, the doors open wide and big, and the material used in doors are very nice. You can see this double stitching running through the door. It looks very nice indeed. Whoever has thought of this has done a very good job. But the upper panel of the door is a hard plastic, and the window areas is also not that big, a small window only. As you can see, the cabin is quite wide, but it can't accommodate a middle person because there are slight hump at the center, and it doesn't get a center headrest because it gets a huge center armrest with twin cup holders and a place to keep a mobile phone. These are the rear AC vents. It also gets a USB charging socket at the back, which is a very nice touch. The seats are bit scooped out, and it also gets magazine holders in it. As you can see, here's a handle to hold it onto with a light and a hook too, same as the case over here. The seats are quite comfortable. The under thigh support is also very great, and the leg room and knee room is also very nice. The headroom is also in plenty, but this huge panoramic sunroof eats into the headroom of the car. As you can see, this double stitching running through the seats also looks very nice. This is the parcel shelf at the back. The door handles are finished in silver color, which looks very nice. Let's get to the front seat of the car. It gets passive entry for both the front doors. The front driver seat is 8-way adjustable seat with 4-way lumbar support, and also gets memory function for 2 peoples. And this is to lock or unlock the vehicle. This is for the child lock. This is for windows, and this is and this is for the outside rear view mirror. Let's get into the car. As you can see, it also get a Jeep branding here. So let's turn on the vehicle. Now the air conditioning. As you can see, this is the interior of the car. It looks very premium and very nice. It gets soft touch material over here, but at bottom it gets hard touch material only. This is an 8.4 inch screen. The lower variants gets a 7.2 inch screen, and more lower variant gets a 5 inch screen. And this screen is loaded with a lot of features. It gets Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, it gets navigation, and this compass too gets a compass. This is the instrument cluster of the car. It gets analog, speedometer and tachometer, and this is center screen is equipped with a lot of tech. As you can see, trip information, fuel economy, vehicle info, speedometer, settings, and many things it gets. These are the automatic wipers of the car. It gets automatic headlights and rain sensing wipers too. These are controls for the upper, dipper and indicator function. It gets a dual zone climate control system. This is for the volume control. It gets parking sensor at front, and not at front, only at back. The glove box is quite big. The interior feels very premium, and the steering wheel also get this double stitching on it, and it's a leather wrapped steering wheel, and the seats are very comfortable. The under thigh support is very good. It also gets a dead pedal over here. It's a manual. It's a 6-speed manual, the diesel, 2-liter diesel engine. It gets a huge panoramic sunroof. As you can see, it's a one-touch open, and it's bring a lot of airy feeling to the car. It also gets the electronic parking brake. This is for the traction control. This is the 12-volt charging socket. This is for USB and aux. The automatic variant also gets different terrain response system over here, which includes mud, sand and snow programs. This is not a 4-wheel drive version of this. This is a 2-wheel drive 4x2. The 4x4 is a very off-road capable car. It also gets a auto dimming inside rear view mirror. These are the lights. This is a handle for the driver too. You can see the car feels very premium and the steering wheel is also very nice to hold and maneuver. The steering wheel offers quite a feel and feedback, not as the Kia Seltos or the Hyundai Creta, once the chief rival of this car. The steering is very nice to hold and maneuver, and the horn is also very loud, not meek. So this is the reverse parking camera of the car. It also gets adaptive guidelines, as you can see, and the resolution is not that great of the camera. It could have been better. This car is offered in 4 or 5 trims. This is the Sport and Sport Plus, the Trailhawk Limited and Limited Plus. This is the top of the line Limited Plus variant. In the automatic version of this car, it also gets cruise control over here, and the volume controls are placed at the back of the steering wheel, which is not very convenient in such. For the first time you have to search for them. So this was Shubhadeep Banerjee. Thank you guys for tuning into the video. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye. Tata.